I booked 4 nights at the Riu Palace Tikida Tagazout. I'm going to give you a full tour of the resort, including all the restaurants, so you can decide if you would like to book this resort for your next trip. I think that the entrance area of this hotel is really the standout because it is just so large and vast. So over there, across there, you have the reception area, and you do have a shop which is closed, and I'm not actually sure what time it closes. I've never been inside, but it looks to have the usual sunscreen, sunglasses, swimwear, so stuff I guess you can pick up if you do forget. But I mean, the hotel has just over 500 rooms, so I think the space, this is like chill zones, and in the evening it's usually full of people, so I think it's a perfect amount of space for the amount of people that the hotel can hold. I don't know if the camera is really picking up just how large the reception area is, but it really is massive. And I really love the way that it is decorated as well. So you have a few different zones here, and people do tend to just kind of sit wherever. So I'm going to take you into the jungle bar. I believe the jungle bar is open 24 hours. So of course you've got more seating just here. And I especially love the decor of this area. Actually, before I take you into the bar, I'm going to show you the bathroom because I adore this bathroom. It's kind of tucked away, so you don't really get to use it very often unless you're passing the reception area. But I think the sink is really standout and beautiful. And it's too bad that there aren't similar sinks throughout the resort. It's just this one. I know it's just a sink, but I think it's really beautiful. Oh, another little friend. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of a shame that sink is so tucked away. It definitely deserves a bit more prominence in the resort. And then I'm going to take you to the jungle bar area. So you've got a piano here if you are musically inclined. There's usually a sign on here saying you can't play it, but I guess they've opened it and allow it for people to use it. But this is, I love the moody ambience of this area because in the evening time, the lights are low and it's just chill vibes all throughout. And then this area here, just to the side, right in the evening, they actually serve food. So the first night I came here, I came quite late in the evening and I didn't have anything to eat, but they had burger buns, burgers, lettuce, onions, that kind of thing. So you could put a little snack together for yourself at night, which I found so helpful because I was starving when I arrived. So it's just a chill zone to the side. The first time I came here, I did not know that this place existed. And there was also like cakes and desserts here as well. So it's nice to know that this is here if you do come late and you are a little bit peckish. There's actually more seating just outside. This place has so much space for seating. Got all of these chill sofas here, and there's more down there as well. Got loads over here. Let me take you a little bit further down. You can see all the seating that's available. So it just keeps going. It's absolutely massive. And then you can also access via the door that's closest to the reception as well. Loads more seating here as well. So you are definitely sport for choice of chill out zones at this resort. All right, so here we have the entertainment area, and usually from the evening they have people performing, and so you have the families out here all night. And here's the bulletin showing all of the activities that they have during the day. So this is the entertainment for tonight. And I think it starts at usually around 9 or 9:30 in the evening. Let me show you around the pools. There's no one here right now because it's the evening time and I think they're closed, which is the perfect time to give you a proper tour of everything. So here you have one of the bars, that are close to the pool area. So this is bar number 1, and I'll show you the other one in a moment, which is the swim up bar. All along here, that's one pool. This here is a second pool. This one is usually heated. Yesterday it wasn't. I didn't try it today, but it is usually the heated one. And I think there are 2 heated pools at this resort. There is a lot of seating, a lot of options. But if you want a cabana, you're gonna have to come early. I had to get up this morning and get to the pool area at 6:45 a.m. so that I can secure a cabana, because even though the rules are that you can't, if you leave your stuff before 7, they will remove it. So you kind of have to get here early, sit down, and then reserve your spot. So that's what I had to do. And I finally got a cabana on my last full day. Love it. So here they are. They're spacious and they are very comfortable, to be fair. So this is pool number 3, another big one. And then these areas are great. You can just kind of lie down and then jump in. So you have cabanas everywhere. I mean, to be fair, if you aren't really fussed about sitting in a cabana, you'll find seating. You just have to come a bit early anyway, because people do reserve, but you'll absolutely get seating. Just maybe not preferred area that you want to sit. And then we have pool number 4. I feel like this one's a little bit small. I actually don't know what the sizes are of all the pools, but that's number 4. This one isn't another pool. It's more like a paddling pool, so I don't think it counts as one of the 7 pools. And they usually have kids and families playing in this area. And then if you can see across the way, you have the hot tub. I haven't gotten to use that yet, sadly. It's usually full of kids, so not really one you want to relax in. And then we have pool number 5, which is the one that's closest to the swim up bar. So I'll take you a little bit closer to have a look at that. To be fair, the pools are really well maintained and they're very, very clean. You can see the staff in the morning cleaning out the pool area, which I do love. They take very good care of the pool area, or all the pools. So this bar is a little bit bigger than the other one, obviously because it's got the swim up area. I haven't used this one, or haven't come to order at this one throughout this trip, because I've just been sat close to the other one. But there you have the bar area. So nice and comfy, cozy. So if you're sitting here, you're chilling. Just jump in and order your drinks. Or you can just walk around, whatever you want to do. I feel like I've lost count of what pool we're at. I think this is pool number 6. I forgot which one I said. This one is the adults only pool, and there are a number of cabanas here that you can nab. I've not sat here before. I don't really like it because I think it's very small. But it's an infinity pool if you like that. And it's also right by the restaurant just there, where you can get lunch and I think second breakfast. They have a continental breakfast, which I haven't tried because I don't want to get 2 breakfasts. But that is that option there if you want it. But it's overlooking the sea, which, to be fair, is a really beautiful view. Let's head down and then I'm going to show you the indoor pool and then also the main restaurant. This is all part of the hotel, so these are all rooms. Mine is somewhere over there because I have that sea view. But yeah, it just keeps going and then it keeps going to the other side as well. I don't know if this is a functioning bar because I haven't really come down this area. I guess it's okay, or you have this area if you're sitting at that pool, but then also you're quite close to the swim up bar. So I'm not sure if this one is a functioning bar at all, but let's take a look. This is a really beautiful spot to just chill and contemplate if you want, I guess, some peace and quiet. I don't know how busy it gets here. It does look like it's a functioning bar. I don't know, I've not been down here during the day. I'm going to take you a little bit further up and then we'll go on to the beach area. There's more rooms over this way, and then you also have Riu Land, which is where you can place your children if you want some peace and quiet. I do really, really love how well looked after the grounds look. It's just so beautifully done, and I like the variety of colours that they have, like a rusty vibe, greeny vibe. I don't know, I just really like it. And you can see the gardeners in the morning taking care of everything. They really do look after it. So you do have another pool over here. I think it may just be for these rooms over here. I don't know, because why would you want to come all the way over here if your room is somewhere over there? It doesn't make any sense. So I think this is more for these people here. because it is a bit of a traipse for them to get to the other main pools. But I wanted to come here and show you the Riu Fit area. So this is where, if you're doing any sort of yoga or whatever health and fitness classes they do, this is where they will do them. The last time I came here, I did see them doing the classes here, but I came here to lie down all day, so I didn't take advantage of that. But if you are that way inclined, wellness inclined, you have that option. This is the other entrance to the restaurant. So if you're staying on this side, you can also access it via this way as well. So you have the main walkway all along this way, and then you also have the beach as well, which I won't be walking on. You've got a few stray dogs and you can hear them at the night because my room is facing the beach. Sometimes when they're beefing each other, you can hear the fights going down. And the first night I was here, it sounded like a pretty vicious fight was going on, but it wasn't every night, which is great. But you can see them sleeping. Where are they? There's a couple of dogs on there, I don't want to disturb them, but from what I understand, they don't really bother anyone. And then all along the beach, people do horse riding. And you can see, I don't know if you can see in the distance, the sun's going down now. You've got some horses over there. Let's try and zoom in a bit. There we go. You've got some horses, and then you've got some camels over there. So there's activities, and I think people also do surfing as well. I don't know if you can really see in the distance because the lighting, the sun's in my camera lens, but all the way over there is the town of Tagazout. I've heard there's really good restaurants that you can try all along the way, but my whole thing is, if I'm paying for all inclusive, why am I going to pay extra for food, you know? So this is probably great for a jogger, just want some fresh air away from the resort. You can walk all the way along the coast, which is fantastic. So let's head back in. It's pretty safe. I feel secure and safe here. Oh, and there's showers over here as well. That's convenient. Thank you. You've got toilets just down here. So if you're just coming from the beach, you can pop to the loo. And also, I guess if you're up here, you can also use the loo as well. The gym is actually underneath the main restaurant. I did take a couple clips earlier so I can show you, if I knew I wasn't going to be ready in time and it was going to be closed by the time I gave this tour. But this side is more the cardio area. So you've got your Stairmasters, your treadmills, that kind of stuff, and people stretch over here. And then you've got all your heavy duty weightlifting machinery on the other side. So if you like to get a good pump in, there's, I think, a decent amount of stuff that you can use to do your full upper, lower body routine. I want to give you a quick tour because today is my first full day and I kind of want to get settled in and the room's going to get messy. So at this point, this is the tidiest that the room is going to be. So when you enter, you've got the really long corridor. This hotel room is actually very, very spacious. And just wanted to point out, there is a full-length mirror here. However, it's not great for selfies. The lighting is awkward and it creates shadows. So not the best lighting here, but decent lighting over here. You've got the loo and then you've also got the separate bidet as well, which is nice. And then you've also got the shower as well here, which something that I realized is that if I just point myself this way, it's a bit wet in there, it faces the door directly. So if somebody comes in, they will be able to see you shower. Let me show you quickly. See, there you are, naked. And there's a front door, which is a bit of an awkward design. And when I found out when I stayed here with my friend and she came in the room, which was, I mean, it's my friend, I'm used to it, it's fine. But it was not great because obviously if people are walking by, they'll see you naked as well. But anywho, so you've got the rainfall shower and then the separate shower head as well. I think in this hotel, the amenities are a little sparse. So you do have a hairdryer that's connected to the wall, and then you've got the hand wash and then hand soap as well. And then what's this? I haven't actually, oh, okay. Oops. That's just the plug for your electric toothbrush. There we go. Just to note, because I thought that my sink was blocked, this is a push situation. It's not going down. There we go. It's the whole thing, but I thought it was blocked. Maintenance came and he just pushed it and I looked silly. So it was user error. That was broken. Well, I thought it was broken. It wasn't broken. It's fine. So just make sure to push it. Because I tried to find it on the actual sink. Couldn't see anything on the sink. So hey ho. So you won't get anything like cotton pads, cotton buds, shower caps, anything like that. So if you are expecting that, pack those things yourself. But you will get a robe. So I'm currently using one. You get 2 in the room. You don't get any slippers, which I don't know. I think I'm used to getting slippers and I think it's standard. If you're a 5-star hotel, I think it should come with slippers. So in terms of this room, some of the amenities are a little bit sparse. You kind of just get the room. So you're gonna have to come with all the things that you would expect for the room to come with. Actually, before I walk away, let me show you the wardrobe space. So this is a really good feature of this room because it comes with oodles and oodles of space. You have not 1, but 2 wardrobes and plenty of hangers, which I love because hotel rooms never come with enough. And you have an iron and an ironing board, which when I stayed here 3 years ago, they did not have. My friend tried for the 4 nights that we were here, no 5 nights, and they kept promising to bring one. They never brought one. So it's great to see that they finally have irons in the room. So you've got this one here. And then you've also got all of this space here for storing your stuff. So if you're here for a long time, you won't have to worry, you've got space. And then on this side as well, there's plenty of space as well. So it's just me. It's not a lot needed, but this is fantastic. These are my snacks. They didn't come with the room, but you do get your own water, and then you get tea, coffee, or sachets here as well. And then over here we do have a mini bar, which is inclusive with the drinks that they have in here. So I had a Sprite yesterday, and then you have a couple of Fantas and then 3 Cokes. Before I go and show you the rest of the hotel room, I just wanted to be a little bit nitpicky for a second, because I do feel like when you stay in hotel rooms, you do expect a certain level of cleanliness. Now, the hotel room is pretty clean. It's quite clean. But there's just a few things that I did notice. So I don't know if you can see, but there's loads of watermarks. I don't know if the camera is picking it up. There's loads of watermarks on this table. And so when I did my makeup here, I had to put a towel down because I didn't want to put my stuff on here. I really don't know if it's picking it up, but it just doesn't look clean. It just looks like it needs a good spray down and wipe down. The sink and the mirror is all very clean, so it's giving surface level clean. And also something that I noticed in the shower is the wall is just dirty with conditioner, so that clearly hasn't been deep cleaned either, and I haven't used this, so that's not from me, and obviously I don't know how long that's been there. So it's just a couple of things like that I noticed with the room, and also when I show you on the couch as well. But that's me being nitpicky. On the whole, it's a clean room. Now I have a twin room because when I booked, this was the cheapest option, and to get a king bed or whatever the bed option was, they were going to charge me, I want to say like at least 100 or 200 more. And that just kind of felt a little bit ridiculous to me. So this was the room that I went with. I will leave the price somewhere in the review for what I paid. If I remember correctly, I did get a discount. And I think on top of that, because I had points from my previous stay a few years ago, they used those, well, I used those points as well. So I managed to get the price down by, I think, a couple hundred. But again, I will leave all of those prices up on screen. So over here, you have this really great area that you could use for whatever you want. If you want to work here, I don't know why you would want to come here and work, but you can if you wanted to. But this would be a great makeup area. Lighting is decent, but I actually prefer the lighting in the bathroom area, so that's where I'm doing my makeup right now. But if you want to sit down, get yourself comfortable, get your music going, this is the perfect area. And by the beds, we have all of the usual switches that you would expect in your hotel room. However, these don't turn off everything. So this one only has the light for this side. And on the other side, this has more options, but there is no master switch to switch off all the lights at once. So for example, all the lights in the bathroom area, you have to switch them all off one by one, and then these ones switch off random ones. So there's no like all lights off. So it's a bit awkward in the nighttime when you want to go to bed. You have this mammoth couch here, which I think is also or can also be used as an additional bed. It certainly is wide enough. It's massive. I think it's probably a super single. So I think if you are staying with 3 people, this will probably be the third bed. There is the stain here, which they could take care of, but I don't know, there's a few stains on this couch, so I am not sitting on there at all. But you also have this seating area, which is lovely, and you have the table, a couple tables here, so there's just so much space for you to lounge around and enjoy this room. And I think it's very spacious if you're having 2-3 people sharing the room together. I don't think it's going to be cramped or awkward at all. I was lucky enough to be given a sea view room. I'm pretty sure that I had booked for a partial view. To be honest, I'm not the kind of person that is usually very fussed about the view too much. As long as it's not facing like a wall or something, then I'm pretty chill. To get this view though, you have a room that is all the way at the end of the resort. So it is a bit of a trek to get back to stuff. And when I stayed here before, my room was pretty close to the reception area-ish. So a little bit more convenient, and I still had a very partial sea view. It was a decent view. It was mostly of the grounds and whatnot, but let me show you what this view is. Waking up to that view is spectacular. I'm not gonna lie. It's beautiful in the morning. When I woke up this morning, and it just felt so peaceful. And because it is by the sea, you get this really beautiful breeze at most times during the day, which is lovely because it got really hot. The day started off rainy and very cool. I was a bit worried, but then it got scorching. But still on this end, it was nice and breezy. Now, another thing to note, and still I feel like I'm being a little bit nitpicky, but I think it's important to note if I'm doing a review. But the door to my balcony did not lock. I did not realize this until this morning when I went to go check out the balcony, and it worried me a little bit because obviously I'm staying here by myself. And as a solo traveler, you do kind of consider safety. But I went to the reception this morning because I went to go report the sink that was actually working, and then the balcony door. And then they had the maintenance guys out here in half an hour. So yeah, around that. So spectacular service. That was really good. And it's fixed, it works, it locks. They showed me it locking, and I'm really happy. So I was worried I would have to uproot myself and move to another room, but thankfully I didn't have to do that, so great on them. In order to book the a la carte restaurants, you need to book them via the Riu app, which is exactly what I did for both the restaurants that I decided to try. There is a third a la carte restaurant, which is the traditional Moroccan restaurant, Le Musc. But the last time I visited, we ended up leaving early because we didn't really enjoy the food. So for this time round, I decided that I wouldn't try this restaurant again. For the first a la carte restaurant, we have Cristal, which is their modern fusion restaurant. From the menu, I ended up getting the seafood bisque, their grilled fillet of beef with spinach and mushroom, and then for dessert, I opted for the orange blossom creme brulee with ice cream. I don't really feel like there's really much to write home about with this seafood bisque. Whilst I didn't hate the flavour, I did find that it was very subtle. It didn't really pack a punch. It almost tasted watered down to me. And as you can see, the puff pastry just looks really soggy. At the point of my main arriving, I'd actually been at the restaurant for 1 hour, so it took a while for that to arrive. I don't know if they were having an off day, so I'm just going to write it off to that because there were a couple of large families there. I ordered my beef fillet medium and I personally thought it was just simply okay. All in all, I felt like the flavours were really lacking with this dish, so not really much to say about it. The creme brulee was probably my favourite dish that I had at this restaurant. It was missing the classic crackly top, but it was nice and sweet, and I feel like you can't get sweet treats too wrong. Babor is their steakhouse restaurant, but it's also the same restaurant where they serve their afternoon lunch buffet, which when it's the lunch buffet goes by the name of Le Babord. For this restaurant, I ended up picking the seafood cocktail, the grilled langoustine kebab, and some chips. Now the sauce, they ended up just giving me all three of them, which was great, and then I got the apple crumble for dessert. There's not very much I can say about the seafood cocktail, barely any flavour, so let's move on. The grilled langoustine kebabs were probably my favourite dish that I had during this entire trip. The portion size was really generous, the langoustines tasted succulent and juicy, and they had a smoky flavour to them, so you can tell that they were definitely grilled fresh. At the end of this meal, they gave me a bowl filled with water so I can wash my hands, which I thought was a nice touch. As I mentioned, I ordered the apple crumble. As you can see, I got some sort of wafered biscuit with lots of apple. And now everybody knows that the best part of an apple crumble is the crumble. So needless to say, this was a disappointing dessert. I'll take you through what some of my final thoughts are so you can make the decision as to whether or not you feel that this hotel is worth booking. I think all in all, it kind of depends on what you're looking for. So I've mentioned a couple times that this is my second time staying here. I stayed here 3 years ago. I did like it. I just didn't really love the food options. I think they're really poor. And so because you're probably wondering, why are you booking again? Well, essentially I was supposed to go away, but because of all the stuff that's been happening, all the geopolitics, I needed a last minute trip, and I'm usually quite thorough with booking hotels or resorts. I like to do a lot of research, and I just didn't have the time or the mental load to go and research for somewhere to stay. So I knew what I was getting. The food, like I said, wasn't my favorite thing when I last stayed here, but because I really just wanted to come and rest, it was something that I was kind of okay with overlooking. But I don't know if it's my memory failing me. I kind of feel like the food is actually worse this time round, which is a little bit disappointing. So I would say that if you're coming here looking for a 5-star hotel, I mean, it's a 5-star hotel, but if you're looking for a luxury experience, this isn't a luxury hotel, not by any means. I think for it to have that luxury stamp, the food really does need to be improved, and I think the hotel can be touched up a little bit more. It's about 7 years old. It's not super old, but I think there are some areas that could slightly be improved. The pool areas are well maintained and very well looked after. I think the rooms are decent and on the whole, but like I previously mentioned, there were just some issues with like cleaning. I think the rooms could be a little bit cleaner. They are clean on the whole, but it was just the points that I kind of mentioned to you. My room, I have noticed as well, by my bedside table, almost every night there's ants on there. I don't know where they're coming from. I don't think it's an infestation. They're not lines of ants on there. There's just 1 or 2 each night. I get rid of them and another one appears. Then this morning I had the cockroach issue, and then there was a spider, but some spiders come, wherever. The hotel staff can't help that, and they've been very, very helpful. And I think that the staff are the standout of this resort. I think it's really great when you have issues with hotels that they are resolved very, very quickly. And I have zero complaints about how fast and how well the staff have dealt with issues I've had. When I had the cockroach this morning, because it was blocking the toilet and I really needed to go, and it was massive and I was half asleep and I was very freaked out. I called them in a terror, and someone came down and said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Please, there's a cockroach." And then they sent another person down half hour later to come and find it. This cockroach has disappeared into the abyss. I do not know where it is. I'm very scared I'm going to take it home. It's somewhere in the room. I don't know. I have to put it out of my mind, but it's here somewhere. I don't know if there is a cockroach issue because there was another one that I saw when I was doing a tour. But it is what it is. If you want a place to just kind of rest and relax, I think the hotel is perfect for that. The pool area is great. There's so much seating. There's a lot of places to sit down. You've got a few different pool options. I do wish that more of the pools were heated because it's absolutely freezing. And I don't know, I think it's a bit off and on as to whether or not that main or middle pool is actually heated. If you're just kind of looking for a relaxing break, I think this is the perfect place to do that. You have the beach, you can kind of chill there. There is areas to sit down. You have activities that you can do with your family. It's a very family friendly resort, which is great, but there are areas that you can go to if you just kind of want to chill, be an adult and not have to deal with the kids. There are kids everywhere. It is what it is. If you don't have to deal with kids, you're gonna have to go to an adults only resort and kind of pay that upcharge. But there are options here which I do love, like the adults only pool if you do want to kind of keep away from all the families. You do have options of things to do in the area. If you want to go to the beach, you can go and ride jet skis, you can go horseback riding, camel riding, a plethora of things to do. If you do want to leave the resort, you can visit places like Souk El Had. I visited that the last time I went there. It's the biggest souk in Africa. It's massive. There's lots to buy, lots to haggle. If you want to bring back tiles, plates, cups, that kind of thing. It's really great for glassware and that kind of stuff. And I've heard the marine is really great as well. I just really wanted to relax. I'm a jaded corporate girly and I just really needed some rest and relaxation, and that was perfect. I got what I came here to get. So I do kind of hope that sheds some light on the resort if you are curious about booking it. If you're a foodie, this isn't for you. It's just not. You're not going to love the food. It's not good. It's not wow. And some of it is not the best. Some of it is kind of meh, some of it's bad. You'll find a couple of things that you like, but on the whole, it's just not very good. And I also, like I said, don't really feel like I need to go outside of the hotel to get food. You can do that, but it's all inclusive. You're paying for the food as well. The food should be decent enough that you don't want to go outside and pay for food. Those are my overall thoughts of this resort. If you have stayed here before, let me know what your thoughts are, whether or not you agree or if you disagree, or if there's anything that I might have missed out on this review. That's it from me today, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye.